Hi, here we are.
How is everybody?
Welcome to Moments. I'm Dan.
I'm Martin.
Here we are.
And
I'm Enriquez. Burgess and Enriquez.
I think we're a little loopy because we've been butterflied
out.
like
We could
maniacs.
finally talk about something other than butterfly, even though we love butterfly. But we've been working on it for nonstop for days and days and days and days and days, weeks even.
I know.
Pre-planning.
It's funny,
I also have this weird thrill because when I was on my way over here and I'm running late. So my book bag, I have my things in my book bag, my wallet and things, and the train was coming, and I was got my book bag was all tangled in my arms and in my phone and my headphones, and I was I do not have time to get my wallet out of my bag, so I had to hop the turnstile.
Shut up.
And be oh God, I hope no one's gonna arrest me. But I didn't have time because I knew if I missed that train, the next one wasn't coming for 7 minutes, and I was gonna be no, there's no way.
Oh my God.
I need to be there by this time because I have things to do after this.
Thank God you didn't get arrested.
Thank God.
Oh my gosh.
But obviously I looked around and I was 2 seconds. The train is about to leave right now. I gotta go.
Yeah,
I don't
sometimes
have time.
you just gotta.
You gotta do it.
You have a weekly pass.
I feel like an outlaw.
Well, don't you have a weekly pass anyway?
I do.
So it doesn't matter if you swipe it or not.
Oh, that's true because I would just be
same thing.
if they stop me, I could just be oh.
I got my weekly.
Swipe it.
Yeah. I'll do it now. Yeah.
Swipe it now, bitch.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways.
It's hot today in New York City. Do you know what this is? This is the back end of Hurricane Irma.
Oh, is it?
That's why it's so muggy and humid.
Oh, I don't know how the weather works.
Shout out to Florida.
Yeah, now we got Florida.
I hope you make it through the rain too.
Last week it was
It was the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this week.
I feel like it's literally been so long since we've had a moment.
I know, right?
Because I've been doing nothing but butterfly.
Yeah, it feels like 1,000 years.
Okay, but I was also, you know how I always listen to, I'm sorry, this is a Mariah Report podcast, and we are going to talk about Mariah, but I just had this flash of, coming up in the elevator, I was listening to RuPaul's podcast, and Michelle Visage was saying how she has this crazy something wrong with her, and I don't know because I didn't finish it, but she's oh yeah, and RuPaul's oh yeah, my husband had that and he got it from a mosquito bite and I had to take him to the hospital and you could die from that.
What?
And I was what is this? And I missed what it is. It's cellulitis or something. It's some weird skin disorder.
Oh.
But it goes away. But I was oh my God, my pinky, I got a mosquito bite on my pinky the other day and my pinky has been swollen for days, and I'm oh my God, what if I have it?
Maybe.
But I don't have it because Michelle was oh no, but when you would touch it, you couldn't touch it. It was so sensitive. And I'm oh, this just feels like a fat finger.
It is red.
It is red. You could see it from there, right?
Yeah.
It's horrible. But I'm gonna be okay.
Okay.
If it's not one thing, it's another. Jesus.
Do I have anything to report? Not really. I've been on butterfly lockdown.
Yeah, butterfly lockdown through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I mean, me too. All of my waking moments, because there's just so much going on with it.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I think that's the hard part. Untangling it all because there's so much and it's so layered,
and laying it out in a way that people will understand.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I mean, I can only imagine what it's like Mariah making this album.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably 100 times harder than us trying to, make it into podcast form.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Well, she has more tools because she can express what she wants to with music,
right?
Through poetry. She has other mediums to make it bigger. We've got to reduce that. We've got to boil that down.
Yeah.
Take all that out.
And it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's not.
But it's good.
It's good, right?
Good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's lovely. That's coming out on Saturday.
Yeah.
Then there will be a couple of follow-up bonus episodes later on in the month.
It'll be Butterfly Month.
Yeah. But let's talk about what we're talking about today, because we've got a couple things going on. We have moments.
We have an interview with Michael
Mott,
who you guys have probably seen him on the Instagram sphere. He's had a few pictures with Mariah, but he's also a singer-songwriter, and he has an album coming out tomorrow.
Yes,
right,
September 15th.
Yeah, so we sat down with him at get this. We found this hangout place here in New York City. It's called Monarch Lounge, and it's a rooftop.
It's a
bar.
rooftop.
Splashes, rooftop, Monarch.
And a lamb works there. Like
And-
we know
Yeah.
we know the manager who works there, and we're like, oh my god, that's so crazy. And he's like a lamb. So you see how it's like full circle.
Yeah, so if you're in town and you want someone to hang out, go to Monarch.
Monarch, yeah, it's right there in Midtown.
Yeah,
it's a nice location. It's right by the big Macy's.
It's right by Macy's, and it looks at the Empire State Building too.
Oh,
It's
right.
a perfect little spot.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Mariah does that, All I Want for Christmas Is You Empire State Building light up, we should go there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have a little
That would be like
party or
perfect.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be winter, but I'm sure they have like a inside too.
Yeah. You just go
and
outside
with
and
big windows.
long enough to watch the spectacular.
That's true. Mm-hmm. However it works. So
Anyway,
we're going to get to Michael Mott a little later. We had a nice long chat with him.
Yeah, at Monarch.
Uh-huh.
We were there. And so, yeah, we had some fun moments with Michael, so stay tuned for that later in the show.
Uh-huh.
We also have our Patreon Splash Break,
Yes.
where you guys support the show, keep it ad-free.
Also, we have the Mariah Report store,
Yes.
and that is at mariahreport.store.com.
And we have new stuff.
brand new festive designs.
Super cute things.
Super cute.
We also found a new manufacturer, so we got the prices at a better
Yes,
spot too.
they're the cheaper prices, which is
Yes.
really good. Although I mean, I'm always down for like the cheap prices, but you know, it's a tough thing.
I know.
To find like good quality at a good price.
I know. But
Tell me about it.
go check it out because Michael Trujillo has made us some special pictures for Butterfly. So they're on some new merch, and we have a new artist that we love, Darko. He's made a super cute comic book of like Honey Mariah,
Yes.
and it's adorable.
So adorable. I mean, when he sent me like a rough sketch of it first.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's really cute. Like, I'm down. Because I just gave him like a rough idea.
Right.
I was like, hey, you know, like, we're doing Butterfly. We're looking for some merchandise.
Yeah.
Can you do this for us? And he's like, sure. And he sent me like a rough sketch because I was like, yeah, just do it like in comic book vein.
Yeah.
You know, sort of like that Emancipation of Mimi t-shirt
Right.
that she was selling during the concert.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay.
So
But
once
that's
again,
all
we-
I told him.
Once again, we stole Mariah's ideas.
Stole Mariah's ideas, but
That's what we
actually,
do. That's what we do, though.
but if in all seriousness, and I'm not even tooting my own horn or Darko's horn, his artwork is better than Mariah's Mimi artwork.
It's really
like
cute.
super effing cute. So he gave me this rough sketch, and I was like, okay, this is super cute. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do with it. It'll be cute. That's fine. He gave me the final version like maybe like a week ago, and I was gagged, girl. I could not stop looking at it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the best thing ever. Like this is like real. Like this is crazy. I really want this to be a comic book.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. So now we have it on t-shirts and notepads and all kinds of great things. So you
Yeah.
guys can check it out. It's super adorable.
Go look at. Also, Michael made some really cute Mariah pictures too.
Absolutely.
From the video clips of the Butterfly era.
From Butterfly. So we have all
Real-
kinds of things.
yeah, real
now,
nice.
Right. We have those are coming a little bit later though. We don't have them
Coming-
up in the store. We only have
coming soon,
the
The honey.
cover, which is super adorable. That's
Yeah.
like probably my favorite of them all, actually. And that was like a last minute edition. But that's like the prize piece. It's there. It's
Yeah.
super cute.
Check it out.
You gotta get it. You gotta get it, Lambs. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Over here selling my own merch. But I really like it. I like both of those two new pieces. Plus the Mariah Report has new stuff too.
Yeah, we got stuff.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. There's so much to look at.
There
Go-
really is.
Go have a look.
There is. mariahreport.store.com.
Yeah, and it supports the show as well and the artists.
And they get
Something.
a portion of the profit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other portion goes to the Mariah Report Foundation.
Absolutely.
Someone was asking about if it goes to charity. I was like,
Yeah, me.
Yes, it does.
But, you know, in all honesty, it's not like this money's really going into our pockets. Like, we're not going out like to Posh drinking with it.
Right.
This is just all going back into
The podcast.
The podcast. So,
Yeah.
It's not, we're really not making any money.
Um,
It's all like, you know.
being put to use.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about Mariah.
Yes. We are here to talk about her, right?
Well, she's kind of on the low right now, so
She is. The tour has ended.
yeah.
And I think she posted a picture the other day, which was really a gorgeous picture.
I know. I wonder why
She looked really nice and fresh.
But I wonder why she like switched gears all of a sudden post tour, like into the dark hair look.
I know.
Which I love.
I know. It looked really good. I really loved that. Like, we reposted it even because I was like, that is super cute. Like, that's my girl right there.
Yes.
So, but she said she was on her way back into the studio, which is great.
Yes.
That's fun because I was like, what is she going to do after this tour?
Yeah.
I think she's laying down some vocals maybe.
Well, now the voice is nice and strong again.
Yeah.
Of course, go straight into back in the studio and keep it
But,
going.
you know, and here's also the other thing. Like, I instantly, when Mariah says she's going into the studio, I think she's going in there to sing. Sometimes she's not going in there to sing. She's going in there to do the production work on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's like all kinds of things she could be doing. She could just be doing like laying down tracks right now. But in all realistic ideas here, I don't think we're going to get this album until like first quarter of 2018.
No.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the earliest we would get this album because if it was coming out before the end of the year, we would already have promo for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So, whatever.
Well,
We have a couple new songs coming, so I'm satisfied.
well, the thing is, we're so late into the year now. We're almost halfway through September in a minute. In this new world, in this new music landscape, she needs to have 3 videos ready, 4 songs ready to go.
Yeah.
All at once.
All at once.
So we don't have time to do anything good between now and the end of the year.
No, we don't.
Like, we're gonna.
Unless it's already been done, but I can't imagine because
No.
she's just been on tour.
Yeah.
So, no. What was she doing before tour in Vegas? What was she doing?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? She just did those 2 shows overseas, right?
Yeah.
Those ones that we didn't like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was she in the studio in London? Over there?
I think she may have just been shopping.
Was it just shopping?
Who knows? I'm sure she goes into the studio a lot more than we realize. Obviously.
Yes.
But, yeah, I don't know. Anyways.
Well, anyway, she's working on something.
She's working on something.
Yeah.
Which is good. But we're not getting it anytime soon, I don't think.
No, we're still waiting for our Busta Rhymes collabo.
Yeah.
From March.
Waiting. Patiently waiting.
I wonder if it's in the bin. For real.
It could be. It really could.
That means there's a video out there that we're not going to see.
Yeah. There's a lot of videos we haven't seen. Like Underneath the Stars.
I think that's genuinely lost.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Like someone lost the cassette tape.
But you know what, though? I don't think so.
You think it's in the vault?
I think Mariah might not know where it is, but someone at the studio, the label, knows where it is. Because they archive all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the label didn't lose it. Maybe they told Mariah they lost it. You know how that goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't know. Somebody at Sony, I'm sure, has it. It's in the Sony vault. It has to be. There's no way they lost all that footage.
Right.
Like, it's archived somewhere.
Yeah.
Mariah just doesn't have access to it, doesn't know.
Yeah, I bet whatever it is, you know, like when you see like behind the scenes director cut things that has like all those numbers ticking and the lines around it. Like I bet it's in that format still.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think there's like a final finished version of it, but there's definitely the rough cut, and the footage is there. So we'll see. I don't know.
I wonder.
I know the wonders of Mariah. There's so many.
She needs to like just sit down and describe it to us so we can just visualize it ourselves.
I know, right?
Just tell us what
at this
happened.
point, she probably doesn't even remember.
She probably, yeah, I know.
It's like 25 years ago.
I know. She's probably like, I didn't remember.
She was like, please.
There was a fan.
Was
My hair was
something.
blowing. Yeah.
I was wearing a dress.
I was in a field.
somewhere.
Yeah. It's probably like that.
All right, so she's in the studio, but what else have we got going on?
Well, we have a biggie.
What's that?
The Hip Hop Honors.
Oh,
VH1 Hip Hop
that's
Honors.
huge.
Yeah.
And that's coming up this weekend.
It is. Now,
So
do you
that's going
think
to be good.
Yeah. Do you think she's going to perform?
No, I can't imagine she's going to perform.
Do you think it's going to be like the BET honor thing where she just sat there and clapped?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't see her performing. First of all, she would have to perform with someone because it's like all about her hip hop collaborations.
Yeah.
And I don't know who that would be. Who would she perform with?
Who's still alive?
Exactly. She'd probably get that damn Busta Rhymes out there, and they're over there hooing and humming to I Know What You Want. Yeah. No one wants that, girl. It was cute in the moment, but I'm just saying.
She beat it to death.
Yeah, no one wants that anymore, girl. I don't know what she would do. I don't think she's performing.
Unforgettable.
Okay.
She could do that.
Okay, I would not be mad about that. But I thought the Unforgettable boat had already sailed.
It did, but
She could
beat
like,
that till it's
she
dead.
could, she could call it back to the harbor.
Yeah, she's still on it. She left with her.
Okay, I could be down with that. That actually would make perfect sense.
Yeah,
Put that in the suggestion box.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's see how that turns out.
We'll see how that turns out.
What is it part of though? Is it part of a VH1 show? A whole?
It is.
It's
You
not
know
an
how
hour
they
of
do
Mariah, right?
No, they do the hip hop honors.
Oh, I've never seen it.
I've seen pieces of it. I think Nelly Furtado performed once with Missy Elliott, maybe
Oh,
something like that. I don't know. I know the lambs out there. They know what's up.
Yeah.
They know what's happening. We're out of the. We're old, Martin. We are so out of the loop.
I don't watch VH1. Oh, isn't Missy Elliott getting honored the same night?
No, but someone else is. I think Martin Lawrence. I think Missy's going to be there.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she's being honored. She already was honored. Sorry, I just hit my mic. She already was honored.
Got it.
But Martin Lawrence, I think, is being honored as well. You know, like when I read the press release, I only read what's going on with Mariah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, in all honesty, it didn't even sound like she was going to be there. I'm sure she will be there.
It kind of sounds like it,
but
right?
it sort of sounds like they're just going to like do this stuff and like, oh, I don't know. Like it did. Like,
she has to be there.
Of course, like, she's going to be there because I feel like this is something that she's probably wanted herself to be recognized. For, you know, the impact she's made in this genre of music.
As a trailblazer?
Right, as a game changer. So I'm sure she will be there, but I don't think she's going to perform. If she does, it will be a festive surprise.
Speaking of, so Time Magazine have just released this series of women first, and no Mariah.
No Mariah, can you believe it?
Everybody and their dog is in there.
I know, like, and everybody in their Oprah, put your dogs away, bitch. Selena Gomez is in there.
I know.
And I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
I know.
Mariah should be in there for like many things, but
Which I found weird because there is a on-hand lamb who always like does good Mariah articles online on Time
really?
Time Magazine. Yeah.
do we know them?
Like, remember how they did that Elusive Chanteuse make your own name
Yeah.
thing?
Uh-huh.
They do some good Mariah stuff on there.
Oh.
So I'm just surprised they neglected her.
That's a shame.
I know.
That really is a shame. I didn't read everyone on that list. I just saw Selena Gomez and Oprah.
Yeah. Hillary, isn't it?
Oh, Hillary.
One of the Williams sisters.
Oh, yeah. Okay. See, Mariah should be in there for music, for
Yes.
like record-breaking chart things.
I know.
Because she was like the first in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Don't even get me going down her resume.
We
Please
know the
don't.
resume.
We know the resume.
Yeah. So anyway, just a little
This little
notation.
Notation.
A little X against Time Magazine.
But was there some other article that came out maybe recently that was like praising her about something? I could be thinking.
Oh.
Could be thinking wrong.
What was that? Was it Billboard?
Maybe. I can't remember. It wasn't anything big. It was just like, oh, yes, of course, I've heard this a million times. Mm-hmm. Not that it's not good, but you know, you hear it. You hear it once, you heard it a million times, especially with Mariah, because you know they love to like go over and over on things. Any other Mariah things?
Little tidbits. I read this article that Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters dared Mariah to work with them.
I saw that too. Wasn't it in a tweet or something, or in an article?
I think it was in an article. Well, I saw it in an article. Could have come from a tweet.
Oh, okay.
You know how the world is now.
Yeah, you know, everything is just rolled into one.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I would be down for
remember
that.
way back in the day, like, and I want to say circa 1998, number one's era, MTV was doing like a year in review. And I feel like Mariah was one of the commentators. And then like, so was, you know, all these other people. And I feel like maybe it was also that band Korn. I could be confusing them. But I feel like Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters have praised Mariah.
Yeah, have.
And her amazingness.
Yeah.
Even 20 years ago.
Yes.
So they've been longtime big fans.
Yeah, Dave Grohl, he commented on Mariah's New Year's Eve performance.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, saying, you know, that's like punk rock. That's real,
That's like badass of her.
badass, yeah.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Oh, I love it too.
Yeah,
now I
I love
love
it
it.
too. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, girl.
Yes.
You're fucking Mariah Carey. You are not playing this game. That's because I've been to therapy over it, and
we spoke about it 5,000 times. Yeah. through the podcast.
Right. It's been
Healing.
cleansed of me. So now I think it's just great and iconic.
I know.
Because there's nothing else you can do with it. Well, that's
so
good. That would be
exciting.
a great. That would be another game-changing thing that she would do. Like she sort of like
Left
did that
field.
with hip hop.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sure there's other people who have, I don't know, has like Celine Dion ever worked with Foo Fighters or
No.
Red Hot Chili Peppers or whoever else is in that rock genre?
No, Celine did Meatloaf.
Oh, she did.
That was a hit, though. That's a jam.
Girl, I was watching that music video back in the day, her running through that castle.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
It's
see
all
how-
coming back to me now.
But see how a big ballad diva and a rock guy can be magic.
Oh, absolutely.
Give
yeah.
it a-
Oh, I think it could be game-changing.
Yeah.
Could be really good.
It could, because, Mariah's kind of like stuck in this like one lane now. I think she's kind of scared to do things out of the box recently. Part of the whole butterfly movement was her showing us, look at all these things I can do.
Yeah.
That was the whole point. Like, that's what she was doing in the butterfly era.
Right.
Breaking out of that box. I think she kind of fell back into a box by accident.
A little bit. I see that.
So I think a rock song should be so left field, and it's just, look what else I can do.
Oh, absolutely. And then just speaking on like the whole rock genre, like that cover version she did of Bringing on the Heartbreak.
Yeah.
Girl.
Uh-huh.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like, so obviously, like, even though her version isn't in a rock style, it's more like ballad rock. But she clearly knows that genre of music and she can interpret it in her own way and make it good. So they could do an amazing collaboration. Can we put that in the select suggestion box?
Yes, I'm down for it.
Yes, put it in there. Sign us up.
Because you know how she did the Unforgettable remix?
Uh-huh.
Like, that song is kind of, I guess, easy for her to do it, to sing like that.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, it was like, rather than Mariah doing the big Mariah thing that she does, she was like, I'll come to you. I'll come down to your level and match you guys.
Right.
And it worked perfectly. So
it's a very smooth song. I'm still sort of mad it's not bigger, but
I know.
I jam out to it. That's all I can do.
But I bet whatever Foo Fighters have in mind, she can slip right in.
She can come straight. Yes, exactly. Same thing that she did with Bone Thugs and Harmony on Breakdown. She was like, I love this sound, and I want it. She was going with them. She was following their style.
Yes.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
She can do that. She does that all the time. She's really quite amazing at it. But yeah, I would love that.
Something different.
It is. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what she brings out on this new album because, like, we're sitting here and we're, like, thinking, oh, God, is she recording? Is she not? Is she going to release an album? Is she not? But, like, she clearly is formulating something in her mind. She's working. She is. It's just a matter of what are we going to get?
Yeah.
And that's the excitement.
Because now it's Rocky. Could we get another Mia and Mariah, or we get a memoirs?
Oh, I thought you meant like Rocky as in Moroccan Scott Cannon.
No, not that Rocky.
Oh, it's not
stable.
Right.
It could go either way.
It could go either way. We don't know. We could get a whole album full of I don'ts.
Yeah.
You never know. Allegedly. I
didn't even.
I
forgot that song even existed until you just said it.
It's all in fun. But speaking of new albums, we're going to take a quick Patreon splash break.
Wait, we have to quickly shout out happy anniversary to Glitter.
Oh, that's right.
Had a little moment
Glitter,
this week.
of course.
Of all the days to
11th.
have an anniversary.
I know, right?
Poor Glitter.
But everyone loves it. Well, maybe not everyone. Everyone who knows it loves it.
Yeah.
You never heard anyone who said, "Oh, I watched it and it sucks," or "I listened to it and it sucks." Everyone's like, "Oh my God, that's so great!" And the people who actually have watched the movie, they're like, "Oh, actually, wasn't that bad."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not like the best, but it's not that bad.
No,
it's fine.
It's fine. It's fun.
I love Glitter.
Happy
anniversary. Yes. Sweet 16.
Is it 16?
It is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, count the years, girl.
Yeah, of course. Duh.
Yeah. I know. We've been on Butterfly 20 for so many weeks that, like, we're not even thinking Glitter numbers. Anyways.
All right. Stay tuned for the Patreon splash break.
Yep.
Welcome to the Patreon Splash Break.
Yes, hello. Every week we give a shout out to some of our Patreons who help support the show.
Yes. And so everybody listening can also support the show by going to patreon.com/the Mariah Report. And it's basically a subscription service, and you can pledge as little as $1, $5, $10, whatever you want. But you get access to behind-the-scenes content, bonus material, things like that.
Yeah, it's super cute and fun, and you get some more enjoyment from us.
Yeah, and you also it supports the show because there's lots of behind-the-scenes builds that you guys don't get to see.
Yes, bills, of course.
But we get them. But so it goes towards helping with that, and it keeps the show ad-free, which we love as well.
Right. So the only ad you really have to listen to is this one.
This one. This is an ad about no ads.
This one's fun.
Yes.
This one, like, because we can do whatever we want in it. But I encourage you guys to go to patreon.com/the Mariah Report because we got all kinds of things already there for you. And we have Butterfly coming up. So we're going to have a couple of great behind the scenes moments.
Yeah, like discussions on how we're doing it and stuff.
Yeah, some other things.
But one of the perks are when you pledge $5 or more, you get a shout out right here, right now on the show.
So everyone knows that you are our friend and help us.
Yes. So shout out to Nelson Hernandez.
Hey, Nelson.
He pledged $5 for us.
Appreciate
Thank you
that.
very much. Yes, thanks, Nelson.
I think we follow him on Instagram or Twitter.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
I don't know everybody's screen handle names. But we appreciate that. And then we have Christian.
Yep.
Who actually upgraded his.
From $1.
From $1 to $5.
Yes.
And you can do that. You can go up, down, and all around on your price level every month.
Preferably
however
up.
you want.
Up is our
Preferably
favorite.
up.
Yes.
We all love up. Christian, so thank you, and we appreciate that.
Thank you, Christian.
We love and appreciate all of our Patreons.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who gave the $1 as well.
Yeah.
Signed up for $1.
And some people, not everybody gets a shout out, but we love everyone, even if you gave $1.
Yes.
You know what, though? I just now am remembering this. Did we give a shout out to my girl, Terry Griffin? From Chicago. She was like one of our first Patreons, and I think that's before we had our shout out thing.
Oh.
So if we forgot to, Terry, I'm real sorry about that. Because I was looking the other day and I was like, oh, she was like one of the first people, but then I don't know. But either way, shout out, girl.
No, I think we did because when we added the shout out
Then we went and we did everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I was like, oh my God, did we forget to do that? I can't remember.
No.
But anyways, just in case, there's your second one, girl. And congratulations. I know she's getting married soon.
Oh, congrats.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And we're back.
Yes, we are. And we are about to get into an interview with our lovely Michael Mott, our lamb friend.
Now, Michael Mott is a singer-songwriter from here in New York.
Yes, from upstate even, right?
Upstate, yeah.
Yeah.
But he lives here in downstate.
Downstate in the city, girl, in the city. Well, in like Queens or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But he's a big lamb, and he's even had a bunch of Mariah encounters. So he's going to tell us about that.
And he uses a lot of Mariah influence on his songs.
Yeah. So he has an album coming out tomorrow.
Called Abandoned Heart.
What's tomorrow's date? September
15th?
15th? Yeah.
Yes.
It's available now, for pre-order on iTunes.
Pre-order on iTunes at midnight tonight. It'll be available for purchase.
And he has some cute, really good Mariah-esque songs on there. That
Really, I'm telling you, I'll be jamming out.
I know.
I'm jamming out. The song Genuine, it's real. I love it.
Yep.
I love Get Up on Your Feet.
That's my fave.
They're catchy ditties.
Yep.
I'm bopping.
Yes,
I'm totally bopping. So I was real excited that we got a moment to sit down with him, talk about Mariah and about the new album. And we went to Monarch Rooftop, which is super cute.
Here in New York City.
They're very fabulous over there. They treated us well.
Yes. Thank you to Monarch.
Yes, absolutely. So let's get into it.
Let's. Hey guys, so we are here on a rooftop
Yes.
in New York City.
It's a fabulous rooftop here.
We just discovered it and we were instantly obsessed.
Well, I sort of knew about it before because, like, I just knew the name, but
Yeah.
it was only recently that I really
We came and investigated
came and
it.
investigated. You got to go where the butterflies go.
And it's called Monarch,
Yes.
right?
So it's a rooftop monarch
in New York
butterfly
City.
moment in
Yeah.
New York City.
So-
it doesn't get any better.
So we have to take it over. Anyway, so we're here in New York City. I'm here with Dan. And we have a special
And-
guest.
Michael Mott.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey.
Thank you guys for having me on here.
Well,
so
I'm
excited.
So excited to talk to you.
So excited
First
to
of
talk
all,
with
you have to tell all the lambs how long you've been a lamb and why Mariah is the best, in your opinion.
I've been a lamb since the beginning, since 1902, in fact.
Oh my God, we
Back
must
then.
be the same age then.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I was 5 when Vision of Love came out.
Okay.
Wow, that's
And
young.
I
I'm
heard
a little
it.
older,
Okay.
but
all
that's
right.
fine.
Well, what made me a lamb, though, was Someday.
Oh.
Oh,
yes.
Someday.
It's true.
Yes, because you hear like the beautiful voice on Vision of Love, but then Sunday comes and you want to dance.
It's true. And I was
Like a
5.
little baby gay.
I was, and I sang into that hairbrush, and I put a towel on my head.
Oh, my God.
And I lived my Mariah Carey whistle
Oh my
tone dreams.
God. Yes, absolutely. Same here.
Ever since then, I was a lamb.
And you followed the whole career. and
Everything. Cassette tapes.
Oh, back in the day.
Cassette tapes, multiple copies of them.
Oh, yes, one. Well, by the time I had a car, I had one for the car, one for home. These were like tapes and CDs.
Okay.
You had one for everything.
What was your first Mariah CD?
Okay, so my first Mariah CD was actually Music Box
Okay.
Oh.
because I got it for Christmas that year in 1993. But I had her cassette tapes for the other ones.
Got it. What was your first CD?
The first one I purchased myself was When You Believe, the CD single.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
darling.
But I had borrowed a friend's Daydream album
Okay.
and then I taped that.
Got it.
Yes, you know how
But I
you
didn't buy
back,
it.
Of
back
course.
in the day. Yes,
Of course. I would
absolutely.
tape everything off the radio, and I'd
Yes,
be so
yeah,
upset
that.
when the bumpers came in and cut off, "Give me your love." I was like, stop! You know what I mean?
Yeah, they always spoiled because they knew you were at home taping it.
They did.
Yeah. That's
I
why they
love
do
it.
that.
I love it. So now, Michael, did Mariah inspire your career that you have now? This music, this singing, this Broadway, all of this.
All of it, absolutely.
All of it.
1,000%. And it was her songwriting. It's her
Oh, yeah.
songwriting. Because I feel like, we know this as lambs. She's not given enough credit as a songwriter.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate so much because she is a true musician. Like 1,000%
Like,
musician.
Musically, she is advanced. More,
Oh, absolutely.
More so than even the average musician.
100%. She can make a track out of her vocals, which I think is so brilliant. She can make her vocal layering and her harmonies in the background vocals, a track. I mean, listen to Migrate.
Yeah.
With the whistle turning into the beat. I mean, that's so genius. And I love that she uses those layers to build her tracks. So I take that. That's probably the biggest inspiration for me as a songwriter. I
think
do that.
one of the best examples of that is Breakdown. You could almost take the music out of Breakdown and it's the
Absolutely.
same song.
Oh
Absolutely.
my God.
Just vocally.
You're so right.
Yeah.
I love Breakdown.
100%.
Let's not go down
Let's not go
down
down Breakdown because then we'll get all butterflied out here on the Monarch rooftop.
As we listen to The Roof.
All right, so now, Michael Mott, you have a new album coming out tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow, September 15th.
I cannot believe it. I got an advanced copy.
excited.
Thank you
Yes,
so
we did.
much.
And
I
we've
feel
seen-
very special.
We also saw some live performances of it.
Yes, we did, and that's what really, really caught me because I was dying.
Tell me, talk about it, because I never got to talk to you after you came to that recording.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yes.
a bit rushed, right? Well, the thing is, we had just done our episode about Mariah's MTV Unplugged.
Yep.
Where
Yes,
it was
that's
recorded at Kaufman Studios in Astoria, Queens, here
Yep.
in New York. And then we went to go see you there.
I know.
There
How
you are.
amazing, right?
I know, right?
I know.
It's so great. And also, the first time we met Michael was because of the Broadway.
With Mariah.
Broadway loves Mariah, right.
Which you
Which
like.
you did.
I was kind of the supervisor /
Okay.
what was my title of that? Like conceiver / I kind of like,
so.
they were like, we cannot do this concert without you. And I was like, here's the set list. I made an 80-song set list. I was like, we need to do a roller disco medley. And I put together
it.
all the songs.
That
I
was
was like,
such a good medley. by the way.
We needed to do.
Yes,
there was.
I do remember that.
I'll show you the actual set list that we made, but we only had 75 minutes, so we couldn't do the entire thing.
Right.
But in a perfect world, I was like, this song needs to go into this song, and they were like, whoa.
Refresh
like-
my memory again. It was Fantasy into Heartbreak into
That was.
Daydream.
I don't actually remember, but
it was like that, right?
what I originally
was
pinched
something like
was that. I had a roller disco moment, which was You Don't Know What to Do, things that were on the cutting room floor.
Right.
I had a gospel moment. They were all called moments. It was
yes,
like
of course,
gospel
darling. It's
moment
all about the
medley,
moment.
and it was My Saving Grace and To Make It Happen into
Good.
I don't even remember. It's on my computer somewhere. It was 83 songs total.
See,
So I want to make a Mariah musical, a Mariah jukebox musical.
Yeah.
I would love to like work with her and not make it corny, but like use her catalog and make a full Broadway show. I have so many ideas.
Amazing.
I have ideas. I don't want to give them all
That's
away.
like the dream job.
Absolutely.
Well, if it comes to fruition, you have to we'll be your assistants. We'll
Yeah.
Let's make it
your
happen.
go-tos.
Let's make Mariah let it know that we want to do this.
So that's where we first met you, and some of the people on your new album actually were performing that
there.
night.
Absolutely.
Our-
Crystal Monet Hall.
Well, that
Which
was
is
our
one
favorite.
of my favorites
Yeah.
She
Of all
sang
time.
Vanishing that
She's-
night, and I was like, oh no, who's this bitch right here?
Right. And it basically went viral, that performance.
yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Go look it up on YouTube. Crystal Monet Hall singing Vanishing. One of the best renditions,
Yeah.
probably the best cover of that song ever.
Oh, for sure.
ever for sure,
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Get out of here,
Right.
I was never like a crazy fan of that song, but when Crystal did it, I was like, wow.
I've
Her
always
voice is
been a fan of
great.
that song, but she, I'm very critical when people do Mariah songs.
Oh, yeah.
So
Of
Absolutely.
course.
like
Yeah.
I like everyone that night was good, but when she came, I was like, this bitch right
She's
here.
got it.
She also did a
Got it.
cover of My All on the guitar, which I thought
did.
was very cool.
The
It was
acoustic
very
viol,
cute.
yeah.
It was good. It was good.
I actually went back and looked at some of the YouTube videos recently,
Right.
Because I noticed some of the names on the album, and I was like, let me go revisit.
So I met.
I'm
I had
familiar.
known her before that, but we worked together again during that. But who I met the very first time there was Eric LaJuan Summers, who sang "Vision of Love."
Oh,
A smoky
That was
rendition.
good. That was
a
good.
one,
He's
too.
amazing,
He's
right?
Amazing.
So I love him, and he's on my new album. He sings a song I wrote for him called "Complicated."
That's one of my favorites.
Is it? Oh,
Yes.
good. I'm glad.
I
I'm
love
glad.
That song.
Good. Yeah, we love him. He's amazing. He's he's done like 8 Broadway shows. He's in Kinky Boots right
out
now.
of here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's amazing.
Now, this is what I was thinking. Now, this is your second album. Your
It
first one's
is.
Where the Sky Meets, or
Where the Sky Ends. I actually hold on, ready?
And
I
I've
actually
listened
brought
to that
these for you.
album.
Oh my God.
I give you physical because
got a gift.
How sweet!
I just got the physical of Abandoned Heart, which is my new album, available on iTunes and
First of all, I
michaelmott.net.
do love this. Where the Sky Ends. This is a great album cover.
Thank you.
It's so
I'm
good.
proud of it.
Now, I actually bought before we even met. I actually bought this.
Oh, good. Well, now you
Because
have
I
the
knew
physical.
you somehow through the Lamely.
Right.
So I bought it on iTunes, but now I have a physical copy. Thank you so much.
Of course. And this one, this one was my first one that came out in 2014. And I always say, I'm starting to say now that I feel like I was a composer on that one, trying to be intellectual and write for the theater community and the highfalutin theater lovers.
Yeah.
And this new one, I'm like, I'm a songwriter. I just need to write
Right.
the pop that I love.
That's what I was going to say, because
Yeah.
this one feels like a whole different dimension.
I know.
And I really love this album. Like, I could listen to it.
Thank
I have
you.
been listening to it.
Good, I'm
all the way
glad. You
through.
like it?
Yes, darling, yes.
What's your favorite?
Okay, well, that's a hard question,
Okay,
Michael.
what are your
I can't
top
do that.
5?
Mine is Get Up on My Feet.
Really?
Yes. Okay,
That's probably the most theatrical of all the songs.
but
No.
it's so
It's so
festive,
poppy and boppy.
so catchy.
And catchy. It gets stuck. After the first time I saw you do it got stuck in my head for days.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
I remember, I forgot all about that song because you did it sort of as like an encore at
I did.
Yeah.
Right.
show that we saw. And then I totally forgot about it until I heard the album, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is my song!"
Oh, really? Oh,
It's my
good.
song.
Because I love Mika.
I wrote it. Okay, I wrote it for Mika.
Oh, get out of here.
I'll tell you a little inside story that no one knows yet.
Please.
About 80% of the songs on this album were written for artists that they were supposed to be on their album, and then
Right.
they all fell through. So I was like, I have all these songs sitting here. I'm going to rewrite them and make them work for these singers, and I tweaked them to work for the singers on the album. Some of them I wrote specifically for the singers,
Right.
and some were sitting on the shelf that Mika I wanted to record. And so it didn't work out, so I rewrote it for me.
Song, you can't let that go to waste.
Well, here it is.
Well, I think it's a hit.
Thank you
Sign
so
me up.
much.
It's a hit.
Thanks.
I love it.
It is the most theatrical. I think.
Do you think it's theatrical? I think it's like
don't
poppy.
see if I think it's
good.
theatrical. Maybe
Yeah.
we have different definitions.
Good.
I know.
I think Single City is very theatrical.
That's very super.
That's another one of my favorites. I don't
Me
find
too.
that theatrical.
Good.
No,
Okay.
I find it. I can
think
see
it's
that.
beautiful.
No, I can see that in a Broadway show as like a big number.
Absolutely.
On the
Okay,
stage.
I can see that. I
But
guess.
but that's one of my favorites
But I
as well.
think it translates
Sung by Lauren
really well.
Allred.
Like I don't think it has to it's very broad.
Yeah.
Like a lot of different people would like. I don't listen to Broadway. I have no. I'm a bad gay. Sorry about it. I just don't know anything about Broadway, but I like that song, and I feel like it. Like I could hear that on the radio.
Yeah.
Good. Thank
It doesn't
you.
have to be like on the stage.
And how good is her voice?
It's
Lauren
amazing.
Allred.
Oh, it's beautiful.
totally.
She was on The Voice.
Yes. Where is she? She's from The Voice.
She was on, I think it's, don't quote me, but I think it was season 11. Are they on like season 50 now or something?
no
Something like that.
Yeah. And she was top 10. She was on,
really?
I think Team Adam. She was on Adam's
yes.
team. And her rendition of something is really big on YouTube.
Well, that's
Couldn't tell you
great.
the song.
I
She's
love
amazing.
her. I love her.
Yeah.
And,
Astounding.
she and I did a concert and we did a couple songs together, and someone wrote an article. You can Google this, and it said, Mott finds his Mariah Carey to his Walter Afanasieff in Lauren Allred.
really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
that's big.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's
I know.
big, girl.
So we're working on something together. We're going to do an EP together, and I'm ready for her. I love her.
Amazing. Do you know I was going to ask you if you would do that with Crystal Monet Hall?
Oh,
I think you guys.
we're already doing.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, don't worry.
Things are in the works.
Things are in the
I
works.
can stop
Yeah.
sweating because I'm like.
She's special, though, isn't she?
She
She
really
is special.
She's
got
a
it.
true gem, and she's honestly one of, I mean, everyone here, but she is a kind-hearted human being.
Yeah,
We
she
love
is
her.
Very
You
sweet.
can tell.
She's sweet.
She is.
And the voice is just
Ridiculous.
It gives me chills.
Absolutely. So every one of these people, I'm sorry to cut you off.
no,
every single one of these people, except maybe 2 or 3, has a connection to the theater community, and that's where I come from. That's like who fostered me and helped me get to where I am.
Yeah.
The Broadway community. And Crystal was the soloist in Rent, who sang "Seasons of Love" and the revival.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
yeah. I see that. I love her. So how do you, other than like just knowing these people from the theater community, how do you find the artists to sing these songs? That's just basic networking, or do you like?
I make a
You got
list.
a great lineup of people. on
Yeah,
this
they're all
album.
amazing, right? Their voices
They're
are all
all
spectacular.
really great.
I make a list. For example, for some of the songs I had written for other artists, I think, well, who in the theater community has this kind of sound and this kind of voice? And I make lists. And I go through and I kind of have my own little private audition process in my head. I go to YouTube and I research them and I figure out their timbre and their tone and if they would work. And then I meet with them and it's usually a match, and then I offer it and I say, hey, do you want to do this? And 9 times out of 10, they say yes.
I mean, who would not?
Yeah, why not?
Of course.
So I'm very
Great
proud of it. I'm very
songs,
happy.
yes.
I'm very lucky to have these amazing people singing this stuff and bringing it to life.
Do you have a favorite song on the new album?
Oh, it's like, who's my favorite child?
I know.
I'll tell you, I mean, they're all special in certain ways. With the record company, we've been going through like which song is the first single, and
That's a big,
you know, and
that's a big discussion.
there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Yeah.
And you know, my gut originally was saying "Genuine." It's real,
Love that.
which is my homage to Celine and Mariah and the '90s divas.
Very, very much so, Mariah. I love
It is.
A lot of big key changes in there.
Key changes and 16 layers of vocal harmony, which is taken directly from Mariah.
Okay.
That song, what inspired me with the layering in that was Heartbreaker.
Oh, really?
When I first heard the ending section of Heartbreaker, when Mariah does the "Give me a love, and the "Boy, if I do," and then Heartbreaker on top of each other, I was like, I'm always going to have 17 layers on top of each other because it's brilliant. It's genius. And so that was one where I
Brilliant
went a
if
little
you do
overboard.
it right, and very few people can do it right.
Absolutely.
You did it right on that song because it's fucking perfect.
And it's all
Pardon
Natalie
my
Weiss.
language, children, but
No,
it
it's okay.
is.
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. That one was special to me, but we're going with "So Relentless," which is Brian Justin Crumb's track
For the
as the
first
first single. The one that stands out to me, they're all different. Everyone has its own personal story and its own nugget. So depending how I feel.
Yeah.
Today I'm kind of feeling the Wild Ones.
Oh,
I'm
Wild
always
Ones is
feeling
good.
the Wild Ones.
Yeah.
Are
That's
you?
the one that Crystal Monet Hall
Right.
did.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's strings in there.
The strings.
There's all kind.
Can I tell you something? The
Yes.
song didn't start that way.
Oh, really?
It started with me at the piano, and the producer was like, wouldn't it be crazy if we just started it with a string quartet and then the beat drops in the second verse?
Ooh, I love
And he
that.
was like, it's more in line with your first album, and the people who listen to your music are going to probably relate to, oh, it's more organic and it's not produced so much. And I was like, let's try it. And we did it. I was like, yep, this is genius.
Yeah.
It is genius.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is.
really proud of
The
that.
whole song. Now, what is that song about, The Wild Ones? Tell us a little
Can I
about
tell
it.
you?
I need like the full story. Do
you want the nugget?
Yes.
So I wanted Crystal on the album,
Of course.
and she wanted to write something together. So I went to her apartment. We had 3 sessions at her apartment. We sat down. I sat at the piano and I was like, here's what I'm hearing. And it was da 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 da. And I was playing the piano. And we were like, well, no, what can this be about? And we tried to come up with a title, kind of trying to come up with a hook, trying to come up with the lyrics. And it was in 2015. Nope, it was in 2016. It was in April of 2016 when this started.
Okay.
And it was right when Hillary was announcing her campaign, or it was when she was going through her campaign, and we wrote it for Hillary's campaign.
Get out of here.
And it was us speaking to our people. They can say we're this, they can say we're that, but we're the wild ones. And that's where that line of with our desperate bleeding hearts, bleeding heart liberals.
I love it.
That's what that. And then we know what happened with that, so it kind of went to the can. And when I was making this album, that song was not going to be on the album.
Yeah.
Really?
And I said, I need Crystal on this album. How? And then it just hit me. Oh, we wrote this song together, and so we tweaked it, got it together, and put it on the album.
Well, it's perfect on this album.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's there.
Me too. Thank you.
I'm telling you. When we went to see the concert, the special preview of this album, I actually recorded her performing.
You did?
So I've been
your own
listening
records,
to it. I've been listening to that with you at the piano and just her. And I was in love with that. And then I heard the
Good.
album version, and I was like...
They're different.
They're different, but they are both so amazing.
She is a true musician as well.
She is great.
So that podcast, or what you're talking about, I don't know if I can say, but that airs actually in a couple days on Tuesday the 18th in the
perfect.
Broadway community.
So you'll be able to hear all the live versions.
The acoustic versions of those
Got it.
5 songs I think we did.
I think
say.
so.
That was it's called Broadwasted, where they get Broadway talent wasted, and they interview
always
you.
have a splash, right?
Yes, they always have a
They're our
splash.
kind of people.
Yeah, they're very fun.
Yeah.
They're very, very fun. I went to college with Brian, who's the host of that. Brian Plofsky. Yeah.
Love it.
What's crazy that you said that Wild Ones is about the campaign, but when Crystal sang it, I thought it was a love song.
Good, I'm glad. It originally started as a love song.
Emotion in it.
It started with...
You feel.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm glad. It started with my original lyric that I pitched when we were writing it together was because I was hearing da da da, and I came up with "You and I, we are foolish," about a tormented love relationship. And then we were like, well, what if we make it about something else, not just another typical love song? And then she came up with the idea of doing, because she has a couple albums out, and we were originally writing that to go on her first album, but it didn't make the cut in time for the timeline.
Yeah.
It was already going to print before we were ready to do it. And so she was like, all of her songs are about social activism and being on the right side of history, which I love.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, what if we just make this a political song, but subtly? And so it went from a love song to a political song, and that's why it was "They Can Say We Are This" rather than "You and I, We Are This." Songs go through so many so many incarnations.
Yeah.
Like this is like the 4th draft of that. A lot of these songs, this is like the 4th, 5th draft of these songs. Completely different titles, completely different hooks and bridges, and they're
But that's organic for anything creative.
Absolutely.
It evolves and changes.
You need to give it the time to turn into that butterfly.
It's got to cook.
Exactly. It must make that metamorphosis.
So your album's called Abandoned Heart.
Yes.
Is there like a ongoing theme through every song? Like, why did you pick that title?
Yeah. Okay. So I originally was going to call the album "Love in Stereo," which is the first title. Yeah, first track. Sorry. And my producer was like, "I don't think you should do it. I think people are not going to get it. Come up with something else."
What do you mean by Love in Stereo?
They were all songs I've written for the radio, and they were all based on love. So they were love in stereo. And he was like,
Makes sense.
Obviously.
"Yeah,
I like that.
I like it too, but whatever." So he was like, "You should change the title. You should come up with something else."
Yeah.
And then as I listened, I was racking my brain. I literally made a list of about, I'm not even kidding, about 200 titles. I'm not kidding. I have it on my phone. I will show you the titles. They were abysmal. And I was going to go with Addicted Heart.
Oh.
Okay.
And then... Right?
Yeah.
And then I was listening, and it was the song Gold, which is track 4. And then it hit me. I said, oh my gosh, every single one of these songs is about longing and yearning for acceptance and wanting to be loved. And I was going through a time of self-reflection, and writing this album actually helped me find it. And my new boyfriend actually also, dealing with in a relationship. I was like, why am I reacting this way? Oh, it's because I have abandonment issues. Okay.
Oh.
And so I realized every song is about longing and yearning.
Yeah.
And it's because I have these deep-rooted abandonment issues from childhood that it's an abandoned heart. It's coming from an abandoned heart perspective, every song.
Yeah.
So I named it that.
What happened?
Well, what happened,
Oh, dear.
Michael? Tell us.
I need a little bit more of this Pinot Grigio.
One of my favorite moments on the album is actually the interlude called Abandoned Heart. It's just a piano interlude.
Yeah.
And I was like, having the title Abandoned Heart, I was like, oh, I got to hear the title track. And then it's just an interlude, and I'm like, bitch, I need a whole song. This is so beautiful. It's just this quick little piano ditty.
So can I tell you that the album was written to be, the whole album was written to be Love in Stereo, and that title track was Let's Love in Stereo, here we go, here's the whole album. 12 tracks.
Right.
And then we added The Wild Ones, which became 13. I was like, I'm not putting out an album with 13 tracks. Hell no, we didn't have a budget to do 14. So I recorded this little interlude in my bedroom. That's on my bedroom, in my piano in my bedroom, okay? That bridged Single City to Genuine.
Yes.
So what I was trying to show was, if you have the old school days of a record, a vinyl, if you will, Single City is side 1. Then you flip it over, and Genuine starts side B, side 2, whatever, to the end.
It's like a splash break music.
Absolutely, a splash break. And the devastation that ends Single City, I was like, I need to bridge it somewhere to go somewhere, so I'll put this little interlude in there.
Yes.
Now I wish I had wind chimes and Mark Tree and background vocal, all this stuff on there, but it is what it is. Background vocals, it's fine. It's fine.
You need to do the extended mix.
I will, the extended mix interlude.
Speaking of remixes, though, I know your first album had a remix version. Are you thinking the same for this?
Oh, we are in talks. These things cost money, so we're trying to find the executive producer to sponsor it and all the things. But yes, I have new versions of songs in my head that I want to do. I want to do mashups. I have a lot of ideas, but everything costs a lot of money, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Michael, where are you from?
I'm from upstate New York.
Where?
Look at that, a New Yorker.
Specifically Utica, New York, with all the Guidos. Everyone wears, a tracksuit and like a gold chain,
All of that.
Italian?
Yeah.
You're Italian?
You do that voice very well.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli, Yeah, I'm from Utica, New York, which is kind of the closest city that people know is Syracuse.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went to college, Ithaca College.
Oh, look at all those fancy words.
Yeah, it's very fancy. Still in debt, don't worry. Paying all the student loans.
Is your family there?
They are, yeah.
How'd you end up in New York City? Yeah.
Because I went to school for musical theater performance to grace everyone's Broadway stage one day. Didn't happen. And I performed for I performed as an actor for about 10 years. Oh, no, 6 years. I've been in New York 10 years this November. And
oh, wow.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
What did you perform in?
I've done national tours. I've done off-Broadway, Guys and Dolls, Kiss Me Kate, Milk and Honey, a bunch of different shows. I did a lot of new works. There was a musical called Flyer about the Wright brothers. I was Orville Wright, a bunch of stuff. And then I just decided to write my own musicals. And that is my fan base is typically the musical theater Broadway community. Right. And my first album, Where the Sky Ends, was really to that niche audience. And it was huge in that market. And there's a song on there called Gone and a song on there called Try. And both of those are the most poppy, maybe Hold Me Tight as well, the most poppy on that album. And those were truly 1000% me. The rest were me, but were me trying to be, very smart. And, but at the end of the day, I'm a pop songwriter, I think. Yeah. And so I felt like I wanted to do an album that spoke to who I truly am, my authentic heart, if you will.
And Abandoned Heart is it.
There I am, devastated, right here on the kitchen floor, right here on the roof.
All abandoned.
But do you think the Broadway world is kind of shifting into like a poppy
It is. It is.
Now?
Look at Hamilton. Look at Dear Evan Hansen. Look at these shows that are on Broadway. Danny's like, I have no idea.
No, I know.
Couldn't tell you.
Kelly Clarkson sang a song from Hamilton.
Yeah.
She did.
Know that.
And how amazing is that he put out that album with all the pop superstars, which I was livid Mariah was not on because it's all East Coast. Everyone on there is an East Coast New Yorker. I'm like, she is New York.
Yeah,
she and Billy Joel are my two inspirations. Okay, and Billy Joel. Do you really?
Yes, I do.
He and Mariah, like number one and number two.
Oh, look at that.
I'm surprised you liked him because he's very different than MC.
Oh, very different. But for me, I like him for the nostalgia factor because, like, my parents listened to him when I was growing up.
What's your favorite Billy Joel song?
Oh my God, is there one? I remember the video. There was a wooden pier and like walking on water or something like that.
He's got a
maybe.
New York
In the middle of the night.
Yes, that's it.
That's a good
what
one.
it is.
What's his New York song?
New York State of Mind?
New York State of Mind.
Yeah,
Right.
and then he was married to Christy Brinkley.
Sure was.
Oh, yes, I know. Like
Mariah talks about her a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
she does.
She does. She loves Christy Brinkley.
Well, Christy, I would love her too. She's
I know.
gorgeous.
I used to.
She's got the lighting tips.
She knows.
She does.
Yeah.
I used to dream back in the day. I just love Mariah and Billy Joel to write a song together. If you, his River of Dreams, that song in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
with like a Make It Happen medley. Come on, like
my
there's
God.
so much that can happen.
I love
And she
that.
respects him. I remember on Idol, she talked about him, and she was like, "He's a great lyricist. He has great lyrics."
Yeah.
He does.
But I feel like Mariah's moved away from that.
Absolutely,
genre.
she absolutely has.
doesn't
Give
want
her a
that.
rapper, and she's all set.
Exactly.
She's happy as
That's all she needs. Could be a rapper no one knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Somebody.
But she used to love Elton John and George Michael. She used to love that. And to me, like, that's real music. And that's,
Yeah.
I love that side of her. I love that she appreciates that.
But she's probably exhausted that side of herself.
I'm sure she still loves those people.
Of course. Wouldn't you love
know,
to know
right?
what's on her iPod?
Yeah.
Well, she should have Abandoned Heart on there.
I would die for her to hear this.
I mean, are you kidding me?
I would die.
First of all,
She can talk to us,
She
yeah.
would love. Allegedly, she would love Genuine and the Wild Ones.
Would she love
Right
Genuine?
off. I think so.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
I think
it's
everyone
very
likes that
pop,
song.
and I feel
It
like
is
she's
very pop.
moved away from her pop world.
No,
definitely love Wild
but
Ones.
it's still, even though it's pop, it's like, listen, I don't like the Miley Cyrus pops or what, but get me in the club any minute and you hear a catchy song.
Yeah.
Even though it might be someone you don't like, you're gonna bop along.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Mariah's bopping along to Genuine for sure.
Okay, good. I love it. I love it. Because I channeled her the whole time.
In my mind.
Good. Okay, good.
All right, so Michael, now I need to know about the first single.
Yes.
Is
So Relentless.
and I love that song. Now,
Thank
who is
you.
that male singing on there?
Brian Justin Crumb.
And how would everybody know of him? Because I've heard that word before, and I know that he performed at the Broadway Loves Mariah.
He
Hero,
did.
right?
He sang
He did,
Hero.
right?
Hero, yeah.
He sang
Beautiful
Hero.
version of Hero.
And actually, what's funny about that is I had known him for a while. He's a Broadway boy. He did Next to Normal and The Addams Family. And
on
he came.
Broadway,
Broadway.
Adam's Family
Sure
was
did.
on Broadway.
Sure was.
Oh, I had no idea.
Sure was.
Look
it
at
was
me.
not a hit, darling. But that show sure was on Broadway for a minute.
Who was the main star in that?
Don't know.
That guy.
Couldn't tell you.
No clue. I don't know.
No, Nathan Lane. No,
Nathan
kidding.
Lane.
Nathan Lane and
Oh,
BB
really?
Newirth. Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
would've-
So Brian was the boy in that. I think his name was Lucas. So he did Broadway Loves Mariah. He sang Hero. And the very next day, we got on a train and we went to D.C. And I had a featured night at the Kennedy Center of all my music.
Wow.
So it was
Fabulous.
me.
Oh,
and it was
very.
very.
Oh, yes.
You know, the Obamas were not there. No, it was me like in a lobby.
The good old days.
No, but it was televised. It sure was. You can go watch it on
Wow.
YouTube. It was me, Brian, and Jackie Burns, who is the longest running Elphaba on Broadway in Wicked.
Oh, really?
She's in it right now as
I
Elphaba.
had
She's
no
a
idea.
star, darling.
Wow.
So there was the three of us, and it was a very long 48 hours. Me and Brian were doing Broadway Loves Mariah, then my concert. Anyway, he was after that, about a year later, was the runner-up on America's Got Talent. And he had a song that went viral. It was a Queen song, Somebody to Love.
Oh, yeah.
It went. Remember that? It went
Seeing that go
everywhere.
viral.
Yeah. So I was really proud of him. And what's funny about that is like all of the songs from Kennedy Center started getting these huge bumps. And I was like, what is happening to these songs? Why is this happening? Oh, because Brian is the freaking runner-up on
And
America's
YouTube's recommending it to everybody.
Exactly.
Of course.
Yeah. So his voice is amazing. He lives in LA now, and we actually recorded the song through FaceTime because I co-produced all the vocals on the album.
Okay.
So he was recording in LA, and I was FaceTiming him, like, no, do this, take it up the octave, blah, 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 you know, all
but
this
he was,
stuff.
he was on a
I
professional
thought
mic,
you
right?
were-
Oh, yes, no. Yes.
That sounds real good.
Yeah, the technology now.
shit.
Thank you, Steve Jobs. Thank you so much. No,
Oh, I see.
that studio was V expensive. Don't worry.
Now, okay, so let me tell you when I first heard this song, I said to you, Michael, I don't know what he's saying. And then you told me the lyrics, and I was like, this song is real raunchy.
It's real raunchy.
It's real raunchy. I didn't know. And now I hear them because I see the lyrics. But, like, I was like, somebody better get
Yeah.
up on that.
Yeah.
That's a dirty song.
It is.
Yeah,
So
I mean, a little bit. It's not like the raunchiest. It's not like Lil' Kim raunch.
No, but it's a little, you can't really understand. We give a little bit of peanut butter mouth in that on purpose. So it's just like, oh yeah, that's a jam to it. Then you read those
And then
lyrics and you're like, oh dear God.
It's coming that way.
Sure is.
I love it though.
So I just wanted to do something that was a little bit, I wanted to reach a younger demographic only because the first album, I felt like I wanted to include everyone. I wanted this to reach the masses. I really did. And so I tried to write something that was a little bit more edgy and contemporary and young, and I felt like that was in line with what's going. Let me get lit with the light on.
Oh, Hey, Michael
Got the lingo.
And I'm not cool enough to say that, but Brian sure is. So he sold it,
There you go. Yeah, he did a fabulous job.
So relentless, yeah. So I think we're, it's out at radio now. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll see. I'm excited.
The final thing about the album I want to talk about is the album cover. You look gorgeous.
The artwork.
Gorgeous.
This is why you have to hire a great photographer and an art director.
Oh, you need all of that.
Yeah.
2 young gays, let me tell you. And they were like, give me Maurice Principe. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but that's how I say it. He was the art director.
Okay.
And Michael Kushner, who's my very good friend, was the photographer. And we were in the studio shooting, and Maurice was like, we're going to make you young, honey. We're going to do this. We're going to give me jaw. Yes, jaw, face. And I was like, oh, I'm so awkward. And I was trying to do all the poses. And that was not my choice for the album cover. There's actually a photo of me like this, like giving you
very Mariah almost.
Rainbow,
No.
Mariah, rainbow.
No. My hand is like behind my head and I'm like looking down almost as if I'm smelling my armpit. I was like, oh, this should be the cover. And all the gays, no. Give me this look. I was like, really? This picture? So I just let them tell me.
Yeah.
When you're in it, you don't
trust
know.
them. You gotta trust
you
them.
know. So I trust the people that you hire and let them do their job. And I said, great. And everyone's like, yes, you're giving me all these looks in this. And I was like, well, I just listen to them.
Image is everything sometimes.
It is. It is.
I think when our listeners, the Lambs, look at your artwork, they're going to realize there's a font situation happening.
There is a font situation.
Looks familiar.
A classic font.
Sure is. There's a Mariah font. So, since the beginning, from my first album, always since then, I've used Mariah's font. And it is a real font that you can purchase, which I bought to use, obviously. And when I forgot where I was out in Utah last fall doing concerts, and that font is on every building.
Oh, really?
It's everywhere. And I was like, oh, I thought this was exclusive to Mariah. It sure isn't. Yeah. But it's the font that she's used for everything. And when I first met her, I showed her my album cover and I said, this is your font. I'm using it as an homage to you. And she gave me her approval, basically.
Oh my
God.
Now
I will always use that font and everything.
Always,
it is my homage to her, the queen. It is just my little, you have inspired me to do this. You're the reason I do this. You're the reason why I'm here and am doing what I do. Yeah. So it's a little homage to her, and it's like a branding thing that I'll use forever.
Isn't that amazing? Those little tiny...
It's very small. But the Lambs come for me on Instagram. Why are you using Mariah's font?
Well,
now they know.
It's not exclusive. It's for anybody.
Yeah. When the queen gives you approval...
That's true.
That's all I need.
That's all you need.
They can come for me. They can be mad at me. But it's okay.
It's okay.
Mariah
it
approves.
Good. It works. You know why? Because the M is so good, and you got 2 M's in your name.
I do.
That's
Eminem.
perfect.
Eminem.
Well, not that kind of Eminem.
I used to give people M&Ms. When I was an actor, and I was if I was understudying a role or someone was understudying me as an opening night gift, I would give them M&Ms. It didn't last long, but I did it.
Okay. I'd have been like, thanks.
I was like, my initials. No, it's better than applesauce. My last name. Come on.
Mott applesauce.
Mott's applesauce.
Oh,
Dan, get
would
it
never
together.
I don't eat applesauce.
Do you drink apple juice?
On occasion.
Very good for your voice. Apple juice for singers.
Really?
Organic apple juice is the best thing for your voice because it has the same pH level as your spit. Water washes it away. Apple juice and tea, specific tea, give you the same, eating an apple or drinking organic apple juice keeps the moisture and the spit in your mouth, the same pH
Get
level.
out these little tricks. Who would
true.
have known? Now, Michael Mott, what else outside of this album are you doing? Because I know you're a busy bee. You're always out there. You got musicals, you're writing, you're all kinds of things. And where can people find you and buy this album?
So Abandoned Heart and the rest of my catalog. I have a Christmas song that I wrote for Broadway star Laura Osnes.
We love Christmas songs.
Yes, it's called Christmas Will You
I
Stay?
don't know that.
Yeah. It came out last year in December 6th. And so it had like a 2.5 week like a 2.5 week shelf life. So this year we're going to try to give it,
I'll look for it this year.
Yeah, it's a very epic, sweeping, big Christmas ballad with 2 key changes. Don't worry.
Ooh.
But that Abandoned Heart, Where the Sky Ends, all my stuff is on Spotify and iTunes and YouTube, everywhere. You can get it anywhere.
You can find it anywhere.
Anywhere.
I have Google you, Michael Mott.
Google it, michaelmott.net. It's my website, .net. No. There's a famous poet named Michael Mott who's about 750 years old, and he's had that website for years, and so I can't have a .com moment, but a .net moment is here I am.
He beat you to it.
Michael Mott, yeah.
Damn.
My real last name is actually Motta. 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 That's how you actually say it. That's why my production company is Motta Music. And I do have my own record label called Motta Music, which is the Christmas song was put out on them.
When we first met you, I was just talking to Dan, and I said, "Do you think it's abbreviated for Mottola?"
I am the love child of Mariah and Tommy. Don't worry. Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
I could imagine.
Wow. You know what? I've never thought of that.
Yes, you're on the suspicious list.
Michael Mottola. I am. Me, Tommy, James. Put us all in one big lump.
Somewhere in the middle there.
Don't worry.
I never knew that's not your real last name.
Yeah.
Mott. That's so
it was Americanized.
Something new every day. I don't know stage names.
When my family came over on the boat from Italy, they dropped the A. And so people think I own the applesauce or apple juice company, which Dan's never heard of.
At the factory
Don't worry.
in Ithaca.
Don't worry. Yes. So, people can go to michaelmott.net, hear the music, and get things there. I have a musical that I've been working on for a long time called In the Light that just had the same night Mariah was at Madison Square Garden. I was at 54 Below, 20 blocks away, doing my own concert that same night. I was so upset I couldn't go to MSG.
No, that's not right.
I know, but I went to Jersey. I saw her in Jersey.
Absolutely.
And I was so late. We took the train. We took the transit, the New Jersey Transit, rather than the PATH train.
What is that?
Exactly.
That goes to the airport, doesn't it?
It goes. I don't know. I was in Timbuktu. Let me tell you that, and I was livid. I turned to my boyfriend, and I'm not gonna throw him under the bus, but he was like, "Let's take this. We're fine." And I got on, and he said, "I think we missed the stop." I said, "If I miss Love Hangover, if I miss this, we are done. This is the end of us."
That's it.
Yeah. We walked into the arena. We walked onto the floor, and the lights went black.
Oh,
and we made it. And she did Heat, and I'm that chick. I was like, "Where is Love Hangover?" That's all I want to hear. Didn't happen. It's fine.
I know. We're in the same boat.
It's fine. But she sounded so good, you guys.
I know.
You were there.
I was there.
You were there. You were front row. You almost got pulled on stage.
Yeah, but she's like, "I'm not picking you."
I know. How crazy was that moment?
It was very.
She didn't know what to do. They were talking in her ear.
Idea.
She was so lost. I felt bad for her.
Well, and the boy next to me who did get pulled up had to get pulled back down because they already had someone in the chair, and he was devastated.
Oh,
I felt really bad for him because he was like a lamb.
He was. I know. I actually heard that podcast. But anyway, I didn't mean. I just went into a tangent.
That's fine. We love a tangent.
Okay.
Well, hang on. While we're on this topic, how many times have you seen Mariah live?
Oh, I can't even count.
When was
the first time? I'll tell you the first time.
You always got to go to the first time.
So let me tell you. Let me preface this with this because I always get flack from lambs when I say this.
What?
I grew up with not a lot of money. This is not a sob story. No more than 3 short years ago. But I did not have a lot of money, and so I could never afford to come to see Mariah everywhere. And my family I was very sheltered, very sequestered. I was in my own sing-sing. No. I was very...
Where at Utica?
In Utica. But my family didn't ever think to take me to go see Mariah.
Right.
So
the big city.
No. So I had all of her CDs. I watched all of her interviews. I had collected all the import I got everything, okay?
The Japanese 3-inch, thing.
Everything. From Europe and Asia. My collection is ridiculous, okay? However, I didn't see her live until the Angels Advocate Tour.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
I know. A very long time.
Let me wrap my brain around that.
But can I tell you how cool this is?
Did you see her here at...
No, let me tell you where I saw her.
Okay.
I was also on tour at the time as an actor.
Okay.
I was doing an arena tour of the smash hit Curious George Live.
Oh,
okay.
Wow, love
yes,
it.
Yes.
We had played the Fox Theater.
Curious George is that little monkey, right?
The little monkey. I was the man. I was the doorman. I wore a red coat. Talk like this. Okay, don't worry about it. It sounds like the creep from Family Guy. The creep from Hey little boy, come here. Okay, no. Okay, so we played Was it called the Fox Theater or the Foxwoods? I don't remember.
I've heard
The
of
casino.
Foxwood and
in
Fox.
Denver. Not Denver.
In Connecticut.
In Denver?
Couldn't tell you. I'm lit right now from
Fox.
this wine.
You had one glass of wine, by the way.
I
know.
Splash of wine.
I don't drink a lot. Wait, what is that
think it's called
theater?
Fox.
Fox.
In
There's
Denver.
2 of them.
Okay.
There's one in Atlanta, and then there's another one.
Okay. Anyway.
Well,
In Detroit.
In Detroit.
Fox Theater in Detroit. That's
Got
where it was.
Got it.
I was playing there in Curious George Live. It was amazing, and there was posters all backstage. Everywhere we were, Mariah had been, and there's amazing posters backstage. I have great photos of like her signed posters from the Butterfly tour, like everywhere that are backstage. So we were about 2 hours away, and my boyfriend at the time surprised me.
Oh.
And got me tickets, and we drove all night to get to you, Mariah, and we went to see her at that theater. So 2 weeks prior, we were there in the tour, and then there she was. And so I got to see her in that stage, and I actually wrote Nick Cannon an email. I don't know how I got his email, but I was like, I just performed here as an actor, and I would love to see Mariah. Of course, I went to spam, or he didn't reply. Doesn't matter. But it was amazing to see her. She was so good. She was honestly, she sounded so good that night.
I
was living
remember
my
that
life.
tour. I went to two shows in Chicago. They had 2 shows. So
She did Fly Like a Bird on that tour.
She did.
She did, right?
She did a lot of things on that tour.
She did.
She did a
many
lot of
things.
She loved Hangover.
She
did. She did,
I don't
right?
remember.
She did.
I feel like it didn't happen my night.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
She
it
did.
didn't happen.
You got gypped twice?
Sometimes
Twice.
she cuts things out.
For no reason.
I know,
Who
right?
knows?
Can we talk about? I love that overseas she was doing Loverboy.
Oh, can we
Yeah.
please talk about that?
I know, right?
Amazing.
If she ever pulls that out again, I'll die.
I want to hear. I'm sorry. I know I'm in the minority, but I really want to hear. It'll never happen. Whenever you call.
Oh no!
Oh, no, that's okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You're not in the minority.
Not the Brian McKnight version.
No,
the
the
solo
regular.
version.
Yeah.
Solo
Track
version.
9 on Butterfly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
When
That
I
song
first
is so
met her-
beautiful.
I know.
It's one of those songs that I always sort of like forget about, and when I go back to it,
It's so good.
It's like I like die. all
And that
over
key
again.
change, the out of no, that abrupt key change when she starts on I, it's so good. There's nothing in her catalog like that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. That was one of the last things her and Walter did together, right?
Well,
most of the things
ish.
on that album.
Yeah, but then
much.
lead the way. Because
but they had written that.
That was in the bag already.
That was already in the bag.
Right. But like I think as far as like releases go, right?
Yeah.
Lead the Way was the last thing
Lead
that they
the Way
wrote.
was the last one, but it
Which
was already,
that riff is also probably one of the best riffs in
yeah.
history.
Oh wait, let's talk about the girl who sings "Genuine." Isn't she the riff girl?
It is Natalie Weiss.
Yes.
Yes.
'Cause I remember watching her. She does these YouTube. Does she still do it?
She does.
Yes,
It's called
yes,
Breaking Down the Riffs.
Yes.
And she does these videos where she takes a riff and breaks it down. And Lead the Way, I think, was the very first one she ever did.
Oh, really? Well, I found that out because my roommates, I think, told me about it, and they're like, "Oh, this girl is like singing this amazing Mariah song." And it's one of my roommates' favorite songs is "Lead the Way."
Oh, good.
And it's because of that whole riff and that whole thing. So I was like, "Oh, look at this!" And sure enough, here she is on your new album.
Yeah.
It's great. Lambs, if you have not seen her YouTube, what is it called?
Natalie Weiss,
Down-
Breaking Down the Riffs.
The riff.
And she sang Love Takes Time at Broadway Loves Mariah.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Her
I
voice
love
is
her. Tell
sick.
her I say, "How you doing?"
Okay, I will. We were just texting because we're trying to do like PR and radio and
Yeah.
television appearances, and I want her to come sing that song on TV.
Just
That's amazing.
Just for the record, the Broadway Loves Mariah, that's all on YouTube, right? Isn't it?
I think
it
almost
is.
every song is.
You
Yeah,
guys recorded it
yeah,
professionally.
we did.
Right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So look it up if the lambs are wondering.
Yeah, go out there.
What the hell it
Look
is.
it up.
That was a night.
It was. It was so fun. We met so many people.
Yeah.
It was great. And how often do you hear like a whole like hour and a half of people singing Mariah music?
And you know,
Crazy.
people were at first were giving us the side eye. Like, I don't hear Broadway singers. These are amazing vocalists.
Right.
Yeah.
They sounded incredible. And those, like Carrie Menalakis, who did Emotions, she interpreted that in her own way. She can't do whistle note. Like, who can do those whistle notes?
Right.
Right.
So she interpreted it in her own way, and it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's true vocalists right there. You got to do what
Yeah.
you know you can do.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we said that a few times during the night. Like, yes, stayed in her lane. Stayed in her lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they
You don't
just
want to
tailored it.
imitate Mariah. You
You know,
want to bring
and
yourself to
Jesse Vargas, who was the musical director, really came up with really cool arrangement. Like, that arrangement of Vision of Love was so different and so unique.
good.
And Eric's voice, that smoky voice, it's so
Yes.
delicious, isn't it?
What he's on Complicated. That's
He sings Complicated, yeah.
I love that
I wrote
song.
that for him.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it. Well, Michael Mott, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, you
Of
guys.
course. Finally.
This was so
I
nice.
know.
I love that this happened. I've been listening since day one. at the
oh my
Christmas
gosh.
shows. I was like, guys, listen to this podcast. It's true.
Well, I love my Michael Mott and I love my Abandoned Heart.
Yes.
I love my Mariah report. And congrats on 2 years.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, it's over 2 years now.
It's a little over. Whatever. It is what it is.
We're veterans now.
I know. We're fucking professionals. Bitch.
You sure are. And I gotta say that Dan is the Wendy Williams of this. Okay? Because you throw shade left and right. You didn't throw any at me as he sit in the sun right now.
Why would I throw shade at you?
But you truly took over for Wendy and on the radio. And like when I listen sometimes, I laugh out loud. I'm like, he is so shady.
How do you think I feel?
You were not shady with me at all. I appreciate it.
No, I love Michael Mott.
Yeah,
You welcome me with open arms. Track 4 on Daydream. Don't worry.
I don't think that I'm even funny or shady, but I guess I am.
You
so
are
I'll take
shady.
it.
You are shady.
But it's never out of meanness.
No, it's not mean.
never
It's just so subtle.
To Mariah. It's not mean to Mariah. Other people, maybe.
Hey, I am who I am.
I love it.
I do what I do.
I love it.
Michael, tell everybody again where they can get your album.
iTunes, Spotify, michaelmott.net. And
What are you on social media?
I am on Instagram. On Instagram and Twitter, I'm at Michael_Mott, M-O-T-T.
Got it.
And Michael is A-E. It's always alphabetical. Okay.
Oh.
By the way, I have
People
an
get
album.
that wrong?
People
the
spell
E-A.
E-A. Nuh-uh.
Oh.
A-E. I have an album release concert that everyone's invited to. I would love for you to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
On October 9th.
My cha-cha heels on.
Yes, come on out. The entire album live with, right now we have 3 very big special surprises.
Mariah?
And I'd love it. No. But it is on October 9th at 9 p.m. in New York City at the Cutting Room. And tickets are available at the Cutting Room website, my website, michaelmott.net. You can Google it, whatever. But we do have tickets available. They're like $25. It's cheap.
Oh, absolutely.
We have a full band. We have background singers. We have all the singers from the album. It's going to be a party. It's interactive with the audience. You're not going to have to come up on stage, but like
great.
we have dancers and we have video projection screens and we have a few special guests. I can't say it all, but it's going to be
I cannot
fun.
wait. I will be there. Lambs, join us.
Yes.
You're gonna do the whole album?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Top to bottom?
there.
with some additional stuff that
Are you going to debut the interlude remix that we want?
the interlude. You know what? Maybe I'll do an
Actual
extended
song.
interlude for you.
Please.
I'll have the background vocals and the wind chimes. in this
There
version.
you go.
Yeah.
That's the moment. All right. Well, we will be there. Lambs, come join us.
Yeah.
Go buy Michael's new album.
Thank you.
Is beautiful and amazing.
I'm so happy you like it.
I really do like it.
Good, I'm glad.
I'm telling you.
I'm glad.
I feel like you've talked me into it again. I'm like, I have to go home and listen to this now.
Come on, have you heard it? Have you heard it?
I was sold when we saw the mini preview, and I was like, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, totally.
oh definitely.
That was in a stripped down acoustic version.
It was,
But I
It
couldn't
is-
do everything I wanted to do live, but we did as much as we could.
No,
It was great.
The album's amazing.
Good, I'm so glad you like it. Yay, thank you.
Yay!
Thank
All
you.
right,
All right,
Michael, thank you.
Lambs.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
Thank you to the Lamely for being so supportive. I have to say, the Lamely has been so supportive of everything. Like, I get messages from people. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I love you and I appreciate you and I enjoy you.
The Lamely are good.
That's it.
They're
They're
great.
good people.
Oh,
I know.
Lamely are strong. Lamely support, bitches.
Yeah,
They do. They do
Yes,
support.
They do.
Do not get on their bad side, though.
Oh,
I'll tell you
no,
that
please.
right now.
No, ma'am.
We know.
Yes.
No, you gotta love the Lambs.
I love them. I love them so much.
All right,
All right.
guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
No, wasn't that fun?
We love Michael Mott.
I love him, and he's cute as a button.
Yeah, he's
and just tons of bubbly fun.
Yeah, fun time.
I love it. I love it. Like Lambs, I'm telling you, go get his album, iTunes, Spotify, all that good junk.
Yeah.
It's really great. It's a good listen.
Yes.
It is. So it comes highly recommended.
It does.
And I'm telling you, when you hear these certain songs, you're going to notice the Mariah influence in them, and you're going to love them.
Yeah, and we've been to a couple of Michael's shows, so we've seen him be a musician. So
Right.
this was the first time we actually got to sit down and chat.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, and like we are like, blah, blah,
Chat.
like we got, and we like, hey girl.
Yeah.
It was like a total hey girl moment.
It was fun.
Yeah. And we're going to have him back on the show as well because he's, been a Mariah fan and we're going to do a back in time soon.
Yes.
With him as well. So stay tuned for that. A couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you making friends, lambs across the land.
Yes.
All right, guys. His album is Abandoned Heart, out tomorrow. And
Friday.
let us know what you think about it.
Yeah,
and follow him.
get into it.
He's great.
Okay, so let's remind everybody, don't forget to follow us on all the social media. Mm-hmm. Instagram's the party.
Instagram's where it's at.
We do live streams on the
Oh, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I'm always in bad lighting, but that's okay.
It's the story of your life.
It's hard being white.
Also, we love iTunes reviews. That helps us as well over on the iTunes chart. And that's all about to switch soon. So the more reviews, the better.
Right. Yeah, everything helps.
But we have one new iTunes review this week.
Fabulous. Who's it from?
It's from NSHSJ. They say, loving you long time. Where do I begin? First of all, shout out to the podcast hosts, Dan and Martin. These are serious lambs when it comes to discussing Mariah, and they're not playing. Never did I think there would be a podcast of this quality and insight and knowledge about our true favorite diva, Mariah Carey. It's hard to read these small letters.
Girl, make them big. Be like, you know how the old people get the big letters on the phone, and you could read their text from across the room. And I'm like, girl, I don't need to be all in your business.
I know. When I'm looking at it, it starts to go blurry. It's on equal levels informative, critical, celebratory, and fun. Every Mariah moment is covered, from live shows to interviews to stepping out. The best part, these guys are fun and very, very dedicated. Super down to earth and funny, very real and realistic about the state of all things Mariah. Even for the casual fan, this podcast... this is a podcast to subscribe to. I cannot believe this even exists. Is this even real?
Yeah. It is. This is real life.
Dan and Martin will always be my babies. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a long one.
It is. I can't believe this
covered it all.
Yeah, I can't believe this podcast exists as well.
Yeah, me neither. Especially 2 years later.
I know, right?
Look how far we've come.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're just about to release our Butterfly series.
Yes. This weekend.
Super amazing. Bunch of episodes.
Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah. And that'll be good. And we'll be back next week with moments, even though Mariah's not really doing much, but we'll have something for you.
I'm sure everyone will have something to say about the Butterfly saga.
Oh, of course. That's right. I'm sure we're going to have a ton of lamb mail.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll just do Butterfly talk. It's going to be Butterfly month.
Let's just let's just make it Butterfly for the rest of the month.
Yeah, why not?
Anyways, thanks for listening. And thank you again, Michael Mott. His album is Abandoned Heart on iTunes now. And we will see you all soon.
Bye.